Fort Sill, a team of unique people. People who form the fiber that defines who we are. We are Team Sill, comprised of soldiers, families, civilian employees, and contractors. Together, we've made Fort Sill a true center of excellence. Through a wide variety of community activities and civic involvement, Team Sill supports a balanced lifestyle. We are a model for our Army and our nation of what professional organizations and great citizens are all about. Team Sill stands ready to face the challenges of any enemy. We are physically and mentally tough. We reintegrate returning soldiers with their families and support those preparing to deploy. We train as we fight. We maintain our equipment and our families. We are steadfast and disciplined. We are vigilant in a time of war. We are fit to fight. Team Sill is innovative. Whether it's an Army spouse learning to cope with deployments or contractors collaborating on new weapon systems, we lead from the front. We are air defense and field artillery, soldiers, Marines, Air Force, and Navy. We are a joint and combined force, collaborating with professionals to blend new technology and doctrine to support the fight. We are agile and decisive. Team Sill has a rich Oklahoma heritage, overcoming conflicts, making new friends, reaching out to our neighbors, and embracing our differences. We remain a team. We come from the 50 United States, from many countries around the world, from diverse cultures, yet we have a common goal. We are committed to each other. We are a values-based team, a community of choice. We volunteer in hospitals, in schools, wherever and whenever our team needs us, we are there. We support the safety and well-being of our great nation. Team Sill strives for excellence in all we do. We are synonymous with pride. Pride in Oklahoma, pride in Fort Sill soldiers and families, pride in the Army and our nation. We are Team Sill.
Good evening. My name's Colonel Raymond Lacey, and I'm the Garrison Commander here at Fort Sill. Welcome to our quarterly TV town hall. For those of you who may have not seen a TV town hall before, it's our venue to provide information to you, the community, and to answer questions that you can either call in or send to us by email or online. In the studio, I have a robust number of senior members of the Fort Sill and Fire Center team that are here to answer your questions and also that will provide your information. But before we get started on all that, we have a great honor this evening. The Commanding General of the Fire Center of Excellence in Fort Sill, Major General David Halverson, is in the studio, and he's going to share some remarks for us this evening. Sir?
Hey, thanks, Ray. Hey, first of all, I just want to say thanks. It's a great honor for myself to kind of be here tonight to be able to participate in the town hall. I think they're a great venue for us to connect with our citizens, connect with their service members and their family members for any questions they have. Because the biggest thing is getting out information to ensure everyone has the best information so then they can make some good decisions. I find myself in the job many times just wanting the best information to make the best decision. So hopefully tonight we can share in that. But you know, it's been a busy summer, so I hope everyone could enjoy their summer, take some time off with their families. Summers are a part of transition. We've had a lot of people leave and a lot of people come into Fort Sill. So if this is your first time here, this is a good time to ask some questions. I know I've seen a lot of happy people around because school started, and schools are busy times. And so it's good to get the kids back in the schools, getting back into our routines as we try to move forward here at Team Sill Oklahoma Pride. The other thing I want to do is I want to thank all the DA civilians and the military here that answer the specific questions you may have. I think it's a great venue that we have the experts that can address these things and get down to the specifics that folks may want to talk about. And then personally, I want to just thank Command Sergeant Major Powell, because I think this is probably his last one. And he's a great soldier, great warrior, And I know he'll be giving up and retiring here soon and from the Garrison Sergeant Major. So, Sergeant Major Powell, thanks for you and your wife for all your service and what you've done for the community here for Fort Sill and the local community of Lawton. So I look forward to all the questions, Ray, and let's see what happens.
Well, thank you very much, sir, and really appreciate you taking the time to spend here and answer the community's questions. I did mention it is a question and answer session as well as an information sharing session. So what we're going to do now is go to a video that will explain the ground rules. You may have seen in the local media recently some changes coming to the Fort Sill gates and traffic flow into the installation. Mr. Bob Pirtle, Director of Emergency Services, was interviewed by both TV and print media and provided some of that information in the local media. We have Mr. Pirtle here. He's going to recap some of the coverage from downtown, give you a little more detail, and he'll be available to answer any questions. Mr. Pirtle.
Sir, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about the future of access control for the installation. For the last 3 years, emergency service personnel, along with engineers, have been working with the Army Access Control Program to leverage a key program known as Automated Installation Entry, or commonly referred to as AIE. And AIE will be the future for entry for the installation. AIE is a program that is being looked at not only here at Fort Sill, but across the United States at 33 other installations. It, again, is an automated process, but I want to explain to folks it is 2 phases. Right now, we're getting into phase 1, which is the structural build for AIE. Phase 1 is about an 18-month-long program, and we're going to start first out at our northernmost gate at Apache Gate on the 7th of September. Actually, we will start next week to divert traffic at Apache Gate so that we can manage our traffic flow and get ready for the first part of the infrastructure there at AIE. Now, what will you see when AIE finishes at a gate like at Apache Gate? On the structural side, you will see some improved lane width. You'll see overhead cover. You'll see guard booths. You'll see raised islands. All of these will not only just improve the work environment for our guard force that works out there, but will set the tone, if you will, for the automated pieces that will come later. Once we finish at Apache Gate, which is about a 90-day process to construct that gate, we will then move around to the various gates on the installation until we're completion. Again, we're giving 18 months for the completion of the structural side of automated entry. After that is completed, then we'll get into the actual automated version of AIE for installation entry. This will take about 3 years from now. And so you might say, why talk about automated entry into installation when we're looking at 2013 to begin this? Well, we think it's important, part of Team Sill Oklahoma Pride is to make sure that those in our community and those that work here at Fort Sill understand what the future is going to be. And so we want to let you know early what's going to be going on, both on the structural side and on the automated side. So when we do get to 2013, we will start to actually work on the automated side for entry into the installation. Now, what does that mean to you? Well, what that means is those of us who live or work, reside at Fort Sill, will need to go and re-register our vehicles. We'll need to go in and we'll receive a card, much like a CAC card that civilian employees have now, that has an embedded chip in it. And that chip will be part of that automated reading along with your photo that you will have to take. And so that will absolutely really look at a very tight security procedure and process when you enter the installation. But once you approach a gate, you scan your card, you will be automatically vetted onto the post. Some folks seem to think that we're going to full automation without guards. That is not true. We will have guards still at every entry point, and we will always have guards there to aid in the vetting process. And so I want people to understand that. I know there's going to be questions. I know there's going to be some learning curve as we go along, and I assure you those of us in the directorate are going to work very hard with the media, as we have now, to ensure that we get the message out, we get it out early. I know people are going to be concerned about registration, and we're going to work through that process, make sure we have multiple sites when we register folks. There's a primary installation now. I know Fort Campbell has gone through the structural side and is now just entering into the automated side, and so we're going going to be watching what happens at Fort Campbell very closely and hope to learn and benefit from their experiences there. And so, sir, I think that kind of gives a good, if you will, summation of AIE. But I wanted to take the opportunity to say a couple of words about our security guards that work out there. You know, I'm so proud of them and what they do and what they provide to Fort Sill. They greet thousands of folks each day as they come to Fort Sill, whether they live here, they work here, or they reside here, or they're just coming to visit Fort Sill, and they always greet them with Team Sill, Oklahoma pride. But more than that, they are our first line of defense. They're the folks out there each and every day, right on the perimeter of the installation, to ensure the safety and security for those who want to enter this installation. And so I'm proud that they are part of the DES team, and I'm proud they're part of Team Sill, Oklahoma pride. Sir, thank you.
Thanks, Bob. I do appreciate your comments. I know the community appreciates you updating them on the future of the gates. There's no more important job that I have as the Garrison Commander is to facilitate the protection, the force protection of our soldiers, the families, and the installation. And I know General Halverson takes that very seriously, as do the entire staff. So this is an improvement to force protection, and we look forward to it. What we'll do now is we're going to go to our first public service announcement. I just remind you that the phone lines are open at 442-1100, and I encourage you to dial those phones and get your questions in. Thanks.
At Fort Sill, external mass notification for severe weather and emergency situations are through the giant voice or loudspeaker system, as well as the whale-type siren system. The mass notification system is sounded to alert personnel to severe weather like a tornado warning in Comanche County or winds greater than 70 miles per hour. The system is also used for alerting personnel to stay indoors or to evacuate the area due to a natural disaster or to other emergency situations to ensure public safety. Sirens are tested April through October at 1200 every Monday if no severe weather is forecasted for that day in conjunction with tests in the surrounding communities, the city of Lawton and Comanche County. Siren tests may involve the use of the tornado wail during tornado season. They may be voice messages or they involve a non-emergency tone. The siren for a tornado warning, which means take cover, is a 1-minute 20-second continuous wail. The siren for all clear is a high-low wail sounded for 1 minute and 20 seconds after the tornado warning has been lifted. Voice messages to alert personnel to take shelter or to evacuate an area are used for other natural disasters or emergency events. They may be preceded by a distinct alert tone, different from the wail used for tornado warnings, where they may be strictly a voice message alerting personnel to danger and directing them to take action to protect themselves. A pre-played message will be played for a tornado warning and severe weather warning.
Attention! Tornado warning. Take cover immediately.
If you have questions, please call the Installation Operations Center at 580-442-3239, 3232, 3241, or 3872. The Installation Operations Center is located in the basement of McNair Hall, Building 455.
On October 8th and 9th, make plans to take the whole family to Fort Sill's Oktoberfest and Carnival at Fort Sill's Butner Field, just south of the Patriot Club. The Oktoberfest will kick off at 5 p.m. on Friday, October 8th, and continue on Saturday, October 9th from noon to 11 p.m. The Oktoberfest and Carnival is open to the public, and admission to the event is free. Activities include amusement rides, a pumpkin patch, assorted games, face painting, cuddly critters petting zoo, inflatables, and many more activities. The keg tapping ceremony will be held at 6 p.m. on October 8th in the main fest tent. Come out and experience a huge variety of games, entertainment, German cuisine, and beverage at Fort Sill's Oktoberfest. Bis später. In case of inclement weather, festivities will be held inside the Patriot Club.
Hi, and welcome back. Our next presenter is the Director of Family Morale, Welfare, and Recreation, Miss Brenda Spencer-Ragland. Brenda's going to talk to you a little bit about our co-op program and the 30th anniversary of our co-op program. If you're not familiar with the co-op program, it's a cooperative effort between units and directorates on the installation and local businesses both in Lawton and surrounding communities, facilitated through the Lawton Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We're about approaching our 30th anniversary, and in coordination with our annual Dingus Award dinner, we'll celebrate that 30th anniversary in the month of November. We facilitate the co-op program on the military side through MWR and Brenda's office. So I'd like Brenda to give you a little bit more information about the upcoming events. Brenda?
Thank you, sir. We are gearing up for our 30th anniversary of the co-op, and we're very excited to also be presenting the Dingus Award at that time. The Dingus Award is in recognition of those great co-op partnerships that we have between our military and our civilian communities downtown, our civilian businesses. And we recognize the co-op partners that have done extremely well building relationships, forging forward with new programs and new opportunities to learn not just about the military, but also about our local civilian community and the great support that we have here in Southwest Oklahoma. So we will be sending out a packet this week, and we're going to encourage both our military units and our civilian units, our civilian partners downtown, to self-nominate those units and those partnerships that have done extraordinarily well over the last year. We've recognized some incredible partnerships over the past with our military units and our businesses, and we want to continue that trend, and we will recognize them on November the 18th at that 30th anniversary celebration. So look for some information coming out, both from our civilian partner, Stephanie Johnson, who is our coordinator at the Lawton Chamber of Commerce, and then Staff Sergeant Mike Shavers here on the installation. And as well, you can go to sillmwr.com to gain more information. It's a simple process. It's no more than one page. It's a standard form, and Colonel Lacey will be putting pen to paper here in just a few days, reminding all to please submit those nominations. The deadline will be 31 October, so we look forward to reviewing quite a few from our community. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Brenda, I just want to tell all the people is that this is very important to us from Fort Sill and Lawton, because just like we've talked about is this Team Sill, it's about relationships we have with our community. You know, we're very fortunate during persistent conflict that we have a community as giving and stuff as Lawton in their outer areas. We have great co-op support.
Absolutely.
But like anything in the relationship, it has to be developed, and you have to take the time. And this is really what's important for. I'm just telling the commanders and the leaders out there, take the time to recognize excellence. And it is sometimes hard, but if you really have a good relationship, it's very easy for you to take that 10 to 15 minutes to put the nomination instead, because you're proud of what you've done together. And this relationship has to be a give and take. Where they need a speaker or you need some things, you need to go and participate. That's what I discuss about with balance, and how you balance your time between your work, your family, and your community. That is really what we're trying to look for from our soldiers that are resilient and that understand the importance of what we're all about. So it's really a good effort, and we are so lucky to have a co-op effort like we have here at Fort Sill and Lawton. And we need to really optimize and take the time to recognize these great folks, because they do give a lot. They're always there to support us, and it's a good way to introduce your new leaders and stuff to what special things we have here in Lawton Fort Sill. So thanks for that announcement.
Thank you, sir. And I will remind you, just in case folks don't know, the Dingus Award is named after Major General Dingus, who was the commanding general here in 1980 when the co-op was initiated. General Dingus and then Mayor Wayne Gilley were the initial signatories on the agreement, and it's lived ever since. And Major General Halverson hit the nail right on the head. So we're looking forward to the Dingus Award banquet. Right now it's tentatively scheduled for the 18th of November, but more details will be going out to the partnership. And the partnership will submit packets for their partnership to be the partnership of the year that will be recognized as we're given the Dingus Award. And some of the criteria include community service projects, participation in sporting events, and all the things the CG just mentioned. So looking forward to that 30th anniversary, a big deal. I'd like to remind you that the phone lines are open, 442-1100 for your questions. And as you're dialing, we're going to go to another public service announcement.
There is a common myth that the Army does not have to pay for utilities and that the government controls these utilities. Therefore, it does not matter how much energy is used. The fact is, Department of Defense is the largest consumer of energy, and the Army is one of the largest utility customers. With the DoD supporting $1 billion+ year utility costs, a 10% increase in cost or usage will raise the government's expenditures over $100 million per year. Additionally, utility costs at the DoD level are must-pay bills. Usage directly affects the availability of funds allocation to other programs both locally and abroad. Ultimately, there is a direct impact on our soldiers. Fort Sill and the Army have had energy programs in place for decades to execute Army policy, executive orders, and laws related to environmental impact, energy usage, and conservation. For more information on the Army policies and programs, search Army Energy Program on the Internet.
The Fort Sill Administrative Services Division, or ASD, is one of 4 divisions under the Directorate of Human Resources. It has services located in Building 4700 and Building 930. Although they are small in numbers, the ASD supplies needed functions to support soldiers, their families, and all organizations on Fort Sill. One function of the ASD is to provide official mail and distribution services throughout Fort Sill. The Official Mail and Distribution Center's responsibilities include training and certifying unit mail clerks, postal officers, and conducting mailroom inspections for the installation. All address management or mail and distribution services are conducted from Building 930. Although not a part of the ASD, the Fort Sill Post Office, also located in Building 930, has recently extended their service times and is now open on Saturdays from 9:30 to 11:30. The ASD is also responsible for records management on Fort Sill. Most of the records management functions are located in Building 4700. The Records Holding Area Manager and the Records Manager for Garrison Records falls under this organization. Any information or training needed on the Army Records Information Management System, otherwise known as ARIMS, is conducted by our organization. The Installation Forms and Publication Officer is also attached to the ASD. Creating user-friendly forms for the installation is only one of our many functions. Any questions about how to receive blank and accountable forms or to set up a publication account for your unit can be directed to our Forms and Publication Officer at 442-3907. The Freedom of Information Act and the Privacy Act services are processed through the ASD. Any requests or concerns about these acts can be sent to our office or call 442-6573. Another function of the ASD is to manage the Fort Sill Memorial Program. The purpose of this program is to honor deceased heroes and other distinguished men and women by memorializing buildings, roads, and other structures on Fort Sill. If you need any information on the Administrative Services Division, please contact us at 442-3907 or 442-6573.
Welcome back. We have our first write-in question, and what I'll do is I'll read the question to you all, and then I'll give the appropriate director or staff officer an opportunity to respond to the question. Our first write-in question is, why did the permits for the auto resale lot move to the Auto Craft Center? The Craft Center hours do not allow personnel to purchase the permits on a daily basis since the center is open on a limited basis. Please move the permit sales back to Recplex or another facility which is open daily. The proponent on the Garrison is MWR for that action, and I'll let Ms. Brenda Spencer-Ragland address this question. Brenda?
Thank you, sir. This was a very good ICE comment. In fact, it made us look at several of our processes, and one is why did we move the sales to the auto crafts? Well, to answer that, it was simple. It was to give some control over the process, to make sure that we were registering vehicles and checking vehicles that are registered on the installation, and also maintaining them so we did not have vehicles overextending their stay and just sitting there for long periods of time. And Auto Crafts has several personnel that can do that, as opposed to the Recplex, which has one staff member, and it was just logistically a challenge. Now, the comment, though, was taken seriously in the fact that we do need to be have conducive hours for customer service, because it is about convenience, and our soldiers work long, hard hours, as well as our family members. So what we're doing right now is automating the process. We will be linking the permit to the website as we can work through a couple of little areas that we have to cover in order to check registrations. But as well, we're moving it to Building 4700 so that 7 days a week you can find a location, and it will be well advertised as to where you can purchase those permits. And then we will also be able to maintain the control by making sure that we have an appropriate log to check to make sure when they were checked in and as they were checked out. So thank you. The comment allowed us to look at our process and also make improvements that we believe will better serve our customers.
Thank you, Brenda, and I appreciate that to answer that question. We have multiple venues to include this town hall to receive your comments, suggestions, and observations. One of the programs is called ICE, Interactive Customer Assessment Program, Evaluation Program, pardon me. And that can be accessed both online off the Fire Center or Garrison web pages. Both of them have links, as well as handwritten in many of our customer service locations. You'll see the blue card, and you can write those in and drop them in the box. We've improved a number of our operations and procedures from suggestions from you, our customers. So please keep those cards and letters coming. One other venue is on the Garrison webpage is Ask the Garrison Commander, which is also a link off the page, and you can send me an email that my staff will take a look at and give you feedback to answer your question if you have a question or receive your comment. So I appreciate that. We have another write-in question, and it's for the Director of Public Works. And the question is, why doesn't some of the facilities on post bid out their grounds maintenance? All of the grounds goes to DPW, which can't handle the load. I'm a retired NCO and have a grounds maintenance operation around the community and would love the opportunity to contract with Fort Sill. To answer that question is our Director of Public Works, Mr. Randy Butler. Randy, could you give a little clarity on this question?
Yes, sir. The grounds maintenance is part of our base ops contract. It was written in there, so at this point in time, basically that contractor is to perform the grounds maintenance on post. Now, we have certain areas that are designated for him, but in response to your question, there are certain customers on post that have responsibilities for certain areas of their own, and those customers actually do bid out and hire local contractors, small businesses like yourself, for the grounds maintenance in those areas. Now, that is done through the contracting office, and therefore the DPW is not part of that particular bidding process. But if you're interested in that work, I'd make sure that you have talked with our Directorate of Contracting so that they have your name and number. So as a small business, they can consider you as some of those customers that need grounds maintenance support in their areas. As the budget continues to get tighter, yes, we have continued to push a lot of different areas back out to troop units and to other agencies. So there might be some opportunities depending upon what happens with the budget. But right now, we are tight in what we do with the in-house workforce and what gets contracted out.
Thanks, Randy. I appreciate that answer. I would encourage anyone that wants to do business with Fort Sill to visit our contracting center, which is directly across the street from the commissary on Macomb Road. Mr. Bernie Valdez is the installation contracting officer, and I think you'd be pleasantly surprised on the multiple avenues to work with Fort Sill, either automated, you don't even have to come in the office, FedBiz online, or to sit down with a contracting officer and present what you have to offer to the installation. There's standing requirements out there that we need folks to bid on. So if you're a small business or any business that wants to do work with Fort Sill, contact our contracting office on Macomb Road across from the commissary. Now, we'll remind you the phone lines are open, and now is a great time to call. The town hall operator can be reached at 442-1100. We're keeping the MWR director pretty busy here, and the next piece of information we want to share with you is about the Family of the Year. The Family of the Year is, as it says, our opportunity to recognize that one family who epitomizes the Army family and all the criteria associated with that. And we worked that through our MWR section. So I asked Miss Brenda Spencer-Ragland to just give us an overview of the award and the criteria. Brenda?
Thank you, sir. This is a great opportunity to recognize those families in our community that go over and above with both their personal growth, their family growth, and their professional growth. We have some amazing families in our community, and it's a wonderful time to just highlight those families and give them special recognition for what they do to make our military a better place to live and work. I'm really excited because as we close out the Dingus Award on 18 November, the following week we're going to move in with recognizing that Family of the Year. Nomination packets are being mailed out as we speak tonight. Commanders will be receiving those. Anyone can nominate a Family of the Year. We would encourage all of our commanders, all of our leaders out there to look amongst the families in your organization, and for those that are making a commitment to make life better, again, for their family, but also their community, because it truly is about balance. We hear often of families that are doing lots of great things in our schools, that are volunteering, making a difference in the education of not only their child, but so many children in Southwest Oklahoma. As well, we've got children that are involved in our church activities and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and standing by their side are their moms and dads leading the way. So those are the ones that need to be highlighted. We need to take this time to nominate them, and all families that get nominated are special. But there's one special family out there, and we want to receive that nomination package, be able to evaluate it, and be able to recognize them. Major General Halverson will be the one providing that recognition. It will be the week of Thanksgiving. What a more opportune time to recognize that family when we're all celebrating the blessings that we have received. So please look for that. If you have any questions, again, it's at sillmwr.com. Gail Kaufman is our point of contact for that, or also my office at 442-3001. Thank you.
Hey, Brenda, does the Family of the Year nomination, does that then go into the bigger Armies competition for the Family of the Year, or no?
Absolutely, sir. We are authorized to submit one family up, and we do that. And we do that not just within our own nomination process, but several forums. AUSA and many of our private organizations are often asking for submissions of those families that they can highlight that are really making a difference in our workplace and in our military and our communities.
Thanks, Brenda, and I really appreciate highlighting that. As Brenda mentioned, that banquet for Family of the Year to recognize our great families will be the week just prior to Thanksgiving, the Wednesday, I believe, that in November the 22nd. But we'll make sure we get that out to the community and to the leaders. And remember that anyone can nominate the Family of the Year. And I encourage you, as we set out the criteria for those nominations, to take the time and recognize those great Army families that are out there. Just remind you, the phone lines are open, 442-1100, and we'll be right back from this short break.
Fort Sill's Family and MWR offers a variety of quality of life events and programs that you and your family can all enjoy. In the fall, we offer entertainment, sporting events, job fairs, and more, so you can enjoy living here in beautiful Southwest Oklahoma. Fort Sill and Cameron University presents Seether and Default in concert August 28th at the Cameron University Stadium. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. and the show starts at 6 p.m. Tickets are $10 for active duty military and Cameron students. General admission is $15 in advance and $20 at the gate. You can get your tickets now at Adventure Travel, MWR Headquarters, Building 4700, or Cameron University. Concert goers are encouraged to bring blankets for field seating. For more information, call 580-250-4040. On September 9th, the 2010 Coca-Cola Zero Music Tour will be hosting a free concert at Fort Sill's Pride Park. The concert starts at 5 p.m. You can sign up online for the Battle of the Bands to put your favorite local band on stage with performers Lisa Palesci and Junior. Saturday, September 11th is the 12th annual Body vs. Earth Triathlon at Lake Elmer Thomas Recreation Area. The event begins at 8 a.m. and includes a 500-meter swim, an 18-mile bike race, and a 4-mile run. Fees are $25 for military, $30 for civilians, and $85 for teams. Register online at sillmwr.com. You can now register your child for the Learn to Swim class, which begins September 13th. The cost is $35 for the first student and $25 for each additional one. For more information, call the Aquatics office at 442-6200 or visit sillmwr.com for the full 2010-2011 Learn to Swim schedule. Take the first step to a new career by attending the Lawton Fort Sill Job Fairs, held on September 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. and again on November 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The events will take place at the Fort Sill Welcome and Conference Center, formerly known as Gunner's Inn. For more information, call 442-4681. On September 1st, permits go on sale for the post-wide garage sale. The garage sale will take place October 2nd and will be located at the east parking lot of Building 4700. Permits are $15, available at the Recplex, Building 2502, and Building 4700 MWR headquarters. For more information on the garage sale, call 442-9480. Those living on post should contact their neighborhood office for guidance. This year's Oktoberfest will be October 8th, starting at 5 p.m. This event is moved to the Patriot Club in Butner Field. The event will conclude Saturday, October 9th, and will be from noon to 11 p.m. Oktoberfest is open to the public and admission is free. Activities include amusement rides, a pumpkin patch, games, face painting, Cuddly Critters petting zoo, inflatables, and many more activities. The keg tapping ceremony will be held at 6 p.m. on October 8th in the main fest tent. Come out and experience a huge variety of games, entertainment, German cuisine, and beverage at Fort Sill's Oktoberfest.
Okay, welcome back. And that was Miss Michelle Flanagan from MWR, the MWR Marketing Director, providing that information. And we really appreciate Michelle and what the MWR team does to enhance our community. We have our first call on the line. Sergeant Stitt, are you there?
Sir.
Hey, Sergeant Stitt, this is Colonel Lacey. Thanks for calling. You have a question for us?
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. The question is, sir, that there is an organization that's been in existence since the 50s here. I think since 1959, the Toastmasters International Group here, and they meet on Tuesday at 7:30 in the morning. And what I wanted to do was expand it to Fort Sill, and the organization existed here at Fort Sill, and it basically enhances communication skills for everybody across the board. So what I wanted to do was, I already went to MWR to pass out a flyer, pass out flyers, and pass out everything I can do. So what I wanted to do was, I wanted to expand to DOD, to soldiers, to everybody. I don't know if that'd be a viable thing that I can do. So I see, is there any stipulation or anything that I can do to enhance this group, and also bring Fort Sill?
Well, Sergeant Stitt, thanks for your question, and thanks for you being an involved community member. I do appreciate. The short answer is yes. The Army and Fort Sill, in support of the Army, has a private organization rule and regulation on how private organizations operate on military installations and how you can do all of what you just listed. As you pointed out, it is coordinated through our MWR. We have a private organization coordinator that works for Ms. Brenda Spencer-Ragland. And I'll pass it to Brenda to give you a little more detail on how you can go about getting on board Fort Sill and other government installations. Brenda?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Staff Sergeant Stitt, thank you very much for your involvement with Toastmasters. It is a fantastic program and certainly enhances communication skills, which links back into that professional development that we want to offer up, not just to our soldiers and our family members, but our DOD civilians. And I believe you do have an audience out there. What I would like to do is actually have you come in and sit down with me, because as a military soldier, you are limited in certain things that you can do with private organizations, such as using your government email and things of that nature. And we can go over that with you and show you how you can provide support to the organization. Again, it's a noteworthy organization because it does enhance those skills that we're looking for. And I'd love to have the opportunity to help you spread the word.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Brenda, I just want to say, that organization is very big. I mean, obviously, when I was at the War College, I became part of the Toastmasters because, just like you said, it expands your oral capability. It gives you ability to take a topic, express that topic, and one of the things that we have to learn, even as soldiers and family members, is it gives you the ability to express in very concise terms, and allows you then to negotiate. It really is a very good things, and obviously they have different orders and stuff as you do within the Toastmasters, but it is something that we provide in our professional development within the officers. But it's not just that, it is everything. Everything on OERs is about your oral presentations, your non-commissioned officer, enlisted reports, all those types of things. So it is something that we want to develop from a leadership perspective. So it is a very good organization. So it's a great comment.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, our next question is a write-in question, and I'm going to try to take a chance at tackling this question. First, let me read it to you. Was just wondering why the glass doors and walls are being put into place at Building 4700. If the post is out of money, where did this come from? Well, first of all, I guarantee you we're not out of money. As all good government employees and military officers, we try to take the resources of the nation very seriously. And so we make sure we spend the money, your money, on the most important items. But I would like to comment on the glass doors and walls that you see going up in Building 4700. If you're not familiar with Building 4700, also known as Hartel Hall, is our one-stop in and out processing and one of the key touch points here at Fort Sill, where we welcome some of the people who come on installations first chance to see Fort Sill, and we're making constant improvements to make that a quality experience. Part of that experience is our ability to keep that building open, if necessary, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Because some of the directorates work during business hours, we needed an ability to lock down or secure the workspace of the directorates that are closed while other directorates are open. This came to light when we offered weekend and night tax filing for our tax center located on the 4th floor. So to mitigate the security, we went ahead and started a project to build these glass walls, partitions, hard walls, and as well as the doors. This enables those directorates to close down some workspace while keeping the other workspace available to the customers. It also has a secondary effect of providing force protection to our workforce. If something unfortunate emergencies happen in one part of the building, the supervisors in another part of the building can secure their part of the building and cut off access so our employees have a little bit of security between them and what incident may be going on. So I hope that answered the call-in writer's question. What we're going to do now is transition to Miss Mary Miller. Miss Miller is our program coordinator for our customer service position. She is our customer service management. And under her portfolio, she handles the ICE program, that automated program that I mentioned that receives comments from you, the customers, whether you're a soldier, a family member, a DA civilian, or contractor, or retiree. Whatever your purpose of interacting on Fort Sill, you are allowed to provide an ICE comment. Mary also handles a number of other activities under her portfolio as the Customer Managed Service Officer. And so I'd like to give Mary a chance to talk you through her program and give you some information on this critical communication venue. Mary?
Good evening. One of the facets that we'd like to talk about this evening is the third annual upcoming Customer Service Assessment. This assessment will be available online starting 30 August at www.mymilitaryvoice.org. Upon opening this survey, you will be able to rate a service provider's importance and performance, as well as leave a comment of how you feel you're being served. This survey will be available to all customers of Fort Sill. This includes every soldier, whether you are at active duty or reserve. This includes all DA civilians and family members. If you feel you fall into more than one category, you are able to take this survey with each category into which you fall. The survey will be available until the 26th of September. And once again, it will be available at www.mymilitaryvoice.org. So, take your moment, fill it out, tell us how important and how you feel you're performing on all service providers at Fort Sill. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. And the customer service assessment is another way that we can get an overarching view of how we're doing here on the installation. I have the pleasure of reviewing the ICE comments that Mary facilitates, and I will tell you over 90 to 95% are just positive comments about the service received in the many directorates and staff offices here on the installation. So please take the assessment. I know we get surveyed to death here sometimes, but if it gives us an opportunity to react to your needs and those kind of issues you may have. We have another caller on the line. Mike, are you there? Mike, this is Colonel Lacey. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mike, thanks for taking the time to call in. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, sir. I'd like to find out why so many why the civilian contractors now are using all our the gym facilities on Fort Sill. I mean, there's just a lot of civilian contractors just coming on in there now.
Okay, Mike. As you probably know, the fitness centers fall into the the responsibility of the MWR, and as we know, we've been working, Brenda, pretty hard on this program, but we're going to ask Brenda Spencer-Ragland, our director of MWR, just to talk about that specific issue and our fitness centers in general. Brenda?
Mike, thank you for calling in. The short answer is contractors are not authorized to use our fitness centers on the installation unless they have a prior military entitlement, meaning they are retired military. Oftentimes that's what we find is that they are retired military. Now, if we do have contractors using the facilities and they are not authorized through that prior entitlement, then they are unauthorized, and I will certainly research that and find out what's going on. The fitness centers are a Cat A, meaning they are appropriated funded, and they're appropriated funded to provide support to the military because they are core to the military mission. They are one of our critical programs that we offer, and in fact, we are right now underutilized on space. So as we looked at authorizations, because you also know that we're transitioning a lot of our workforce over to contract employees, and as we did an assessment of what facilities we could open up to those employees, fitness centers was not one of them. So I appreciate you calling in and making me aware that this is going on. I will do some research, but again, if they do have prior military entitlement, they would be authorized based on that.
Okay.
All right?
I know a lot of them don't, though. I appreciate that, ma'am.
I will also tell you, Mike, that they should be scanning folks in using their CAC card. All 3 of our fitness centers are required to do that, and we can do a random audit to make sure. So I will certainly be looking into this, and then we'll make sure that our customers know, because we want to treat our contract employees. They're a valuable part of our team. It's just that we have a lot of great MWR programs that are open up not only to our contractors, to the general public, but those that we are short of capacity, mainly our fitness centers because of the demands, then we are not authorized at this time to open them up because, again, military, fitness centers are critical to the mission, so we need to save that space for those soldiers.
Well, that's what I like to hear, ma'am, because it's getting awful crowded in there, and the soldiers are, they're getting pushed aside, I think, a little bit. I appreciate that.
Well, I would check into it. I'd also keep an eye out on our master plan because within fiscal year 12, we are hoping to expand our fitness center platform. Right now, we're about 90,000 square foot short of space on the installation.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will be building in the 3,400 area in the next couple years.
I appreciate y'all answering my question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Brenda, if you could just, if Mike or some other valued customer is in the fitness center and does feel that there's folks that are not authorized to use the fitness center, how can they report that real time to in the fitness center?
Each fitness center has an on-call manager. It's either the fitness center manager or their assistant manager at all times. There should never be less than 2 personnel in one management at all times. Fitness centers are open, so I would encourage you, please don't approach the contractor, but please go up to management and notify them. And if you don't get the response, if they don't take immediate action, you can always come give me a call, come by 4700. But I am certain, I'm confident that our managers will address it and make sure that the customers using it are authorized patrons.
Thank you, Brenda. And I know Mike appreciates that. And I know Mike dropped off, but I want to thank him for taking the time and to be involved. That's what we need, involved community members. We have another caller on the line. Jeff, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Hey, hello, Jeff. This is Colonel Lacey. Thanks for calling. You have a question? Go ahead.
Got a question. I've heard a lot of talk about Picerne building new homes. When are they going to start?
Well, that's a great question, Jeff. And
That's the same question I have, Jeff.
Great minds think alike, Jeff, you and the commanding general. But we are really excited about that fact. As you probably know, we closed financially with Picerne on 1 June of this year. And that was gave us the leverage and the funding to start development of the homes, in addition to renovating over 880 of our existing properties. So we're going to touch over 2/3 of the existing homes and build 432 new homes with potential for more. But to give you this a little bit more specifics, we have the communication director for Picerne Military Housing, Amber, here, and Amber will talk you through some of the specifics of the program. Amber?
Thank you, Colonel Lacey, and thank you, Jeff, for calling. We are definitely very excited to talk about the construction of the 432 new homes here at Fort Sill. We will have a groundbreaking ceremony November 9th here at Fort Sill to celebrate that momentous occasion. And then the site work will continue with new home deliveries starting in early 2012. Now, the renovations that Colonel Lacey talked about here at Fort Sill, those are going to start pretty quickly with those starting here in the fall, and we'll actually have new renovated homes delivered in early 2011. So a lot of excitement going on here at Fort Sill for the families that live on post and those families that are incoming to Fort Sill. We're really excited about it.
Okay, Mike, I hope that answered your question.
How many houses are they going to build?
Most of the houses will be 3 and 4 bedroom homes. We do a thing called rank banding. We have the soldiers of similar rank live together. Many of the homes will be mid-grade NCO and senior NCO with some field grade officer. Those are our underserved population right now on the installation. You may not know that 18% of our families currently live on post. That means 82% of our families who are eligible for family quarters live downtown in the community. Lawton, Fort Sill, Elgin, Duncan, Cache, and all those communities around the installation. But the Army has decided to build 3 and 4 bedroom homes. And we'll have a groundbreaking here hosted by General Halverson in early November. We'll have the artist renditions of those homes, and we'll break ground, and we'll make sure that's fully advertised, so you'll get a chance to come out and see exactly what they're going to look like.
Great, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. We're going to take our final break here, go to our final set of PSAs, and then come back and give General Halverson a chance to do some closing comments. So we'll be right back.
The Security and Intelligence Division is a garrison asset assigned to the Directorate of Plans, Training, Mobilization, and Security. A team of professional, dedicated, customer-focused employees take pride in providing the United States Army Fire Center of Excellence and Fort Sill with personnel, information, and industrial security support. They also provide related training for these very important security disciplines.
The Personnel Security Investigation Branch, also known as PSI, is an integral part of the Security and Intelligence Division. Its multifunctional mission supports a wide range of customers, including TRADOC, AMCOM, FORCECOM, and mobilization units. The branch provides excellent customer service with the assistance and submission of security and background investigations, fingerprinting, and correspondence to and from the Army Central Clearance Facility, the Office of Personnel Management, and the Defense Security Services. The PSI mission is a vital part in the protection of national security.
The Information and Industrial Security mission is to manage the information security program on Fort Sill and to ensure the proper handling and protection of classified and controlled unclassified information. Security awareness education training is tailored to all Fort Sill personnel and supporting contractors. Security managers, S2s, and senior leaders receive expert guidance to ensure they are prepared to lead the effort of protecting our nation's classified and controlled unclassified information.
The Security and Intelligence Division is committed to excellence, innovation, integrity, compassion, and accountability. The staff is available to meet your personnel, information, and industrial security needs from 7:30 a.m. to 4:00 p.m. Monday through Friday. The office is located in Building 1651 on Randolph Road.
The mission of the Plans and Operations Division, Director of Plans, Training, Mobilization, and Security, or DPTMS, is to support units, deployments, and redeployments, installation force protection, new equipment fielding, unit readiness, and the Installation Operations Center. Plans and Operations Division is an essential element of DPTMS. It is a multifunctional organization with over 34 employees working to support the installation. Plans and Operations Division employees pride themselves in providing the Fort Sill community and the Fire Center of Excellence with the very best possible support. Plans and Operations Division is uniquely designed to support the Fort Sill soldiers and civilians. The Plans branch consists of force protection, anti-terrorism, force modernization, readiness, Installation Operations Center, and the mobilization. The goal of this branch is to ensure the installation is protected, units are ready to deploy, units receive all required equipment, and the installation is updated on all current situations. The Operations Branch consists of ceremonies, scheduling, flag room, calendars, taskings, special duty program, and reserve component tasking support. The goal is to provide first-class deployments, redeployments, changes of command, and special event ceremonies. To learn more about the Plans and Operations Division of DPTMS, please call 580-442-3872. The Plans and Operations Division headquarters is located in McNair Hall in the basement and on the 3rd floor, Building 455.
And welcome back. We're drawing near to the end of our program. We're going to take our last caller. Penny, are you there? Penny, this is Colonel Lacey. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, thanks for calling. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my question is, I've worked at Reynolds Army Hospital for over 5 years as a contractor. Recently, a few months ago, the decision was made to turn 20-plus contract positions GS, which means that many people are going to be unemployed. And there are very few contractors left at Reynolds Army Hospital. So my question is, how are the contractors important to them?
Well, Penny, thanks for your question. And in our studio here, we have Colonel Michael Rave. Colonel Rave, as you know, is the commander of Reynolds Army Community Hospital.
Right.
And I'm going to give Colonel Rave the opportunity to respond to your question.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening, Penny, and I appreciate you calling and asking the question. First, let me tell you that that all of our family members at Reynolds, our contractors, militaries, and our civilians are all extremely important to us, and we do care about you deeply. I want to be very specific. The decision is multifactorial in how we decide whether or not we continue a contractor or we go ahead with a GS person or in fact fill the slot that's necessary with a military position. Contractors are by their very nature a temporary position. That's why they're contracted. We've been directed really at the very highest levels, to include the Secretary of Defense, to for many years to look at all of our contract force and, if possible, not substitute a contract position with something that would be inherently governmental, and actually we're required to fill it with a military or a DA civilian if possible. Now, we do appreciate your work, and for many services and for many types of individual employees, contracting is the best option for us. It's potentially the quickest option, and we probably always will have, to some level, at least some contractors. But the decision is always a difficult one to take a valued employee, even if they're a contractor, and change it over. Sometimes it's a financial decision. Sometimes it's a directive from higher headquarters. So the bottom line, we will look individually at every case and realize that we are dealing with people and valued employees, but sometimes we have to make those kind of hard decisions.
Penny, thank you very much for your phone call, and thanks, Colonel Raven, and I appreciate your answer. Hey, we're drawing to our last minute. I'd like to give General Halverson the final words and his closing comments. Sir?
No, Ray, I just want to thank you and your whole team and everyone for just taking the time to be interactive, be part of the process. And it just gives myself a great honor to be here with such great professionals. Thanks for all you and your team are doing for our soldiers, their families, the DA civilians, the contractors, everyone that makes this post and this community so special. So thanks a lot. Have a great, weekend coming up here pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
And I look forward to seeing you, out there and all the events that are going on, especially the concert at Cameron. Cool.
Cool.